to Formula Costco race Season 3, race number 4. We are in China tonight, and I actually have a partner tonight. So everyone say hello to Mr. Sean Orna. He will be in the booth with me tonight as we get ready for this race around China. I honestly have not been to this circuit in like a long time, so I have no idea what it's like, but we're about to find out. Do it now.
Hello, hello, hello.
Alright, there's Sean. And we will get ready to rock.
I'm gonna be
Is
basically
there
the
is there people joining during qualifying, do you know? Or is this everybody?
from what I know, I think the most we're gonna get joining during qualifying is one. I think the only person who hasn't joined yet that might be joining the race might be Gaming Jake, but that's about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the Clint Boyer of this broadcast. I'm hardly gonna talk, but I might scream once or twice.
Uh, Alright, here we go for qualifying. Um, one second, I'm
One
actually
of the
gonna check
Ferraris is
this.
out.
Setting.
One of the Mercedes is in the grass. I think that might have been SP. Yep. And then you have
Oh wow.
Joey Dickinson as
Alright,
well.
here we go.
Got a lot of cars here. Castron's the first, so we'll see. He'll kind of be like the base marker. I don't know what
Yep.
compounds they chose, but last week it was more or less conservative. Oh, and there goes Castron spinning out on the qualifying lap.
And Castron has wrecked in the first minute of qualifying.
So
He's able to get it going without any damage. Whoa, that was kind of close with the Alpine there.
They all used medium tires for the first lap of qualifying. Some thought it'd be fun to use intermediates, but more or less they saved their softs. I see a lot of people out on track right now on softs. Slurp is on intermediates, so is 300.
Yeah.
So we have a few people being funny, but for the most part, a lot of people boiled on intermediates as well. For the most part, everyone chose softs, so it looks like they don't have to be as conservative this week as they were last week. Last week, Qatar burned tires like you wouldn't believe. I should know. I was in that race.
So yeah, almost the entire grid is out on track right now, with the exception of 4 cars. As we will have some people taking the green in a second. Here comes SP. He's going to be the first one to take the green out of the final corner. He comes. As there is a Ferrari stopped in Sector 3. That is once again Castron, who is right in front of Boiled Ice, who they have a McLaren coming behind them. So, whoa, there's a little bit of lag going on there. Everybody's okay, though, I believe. Follow Nick here through the first sector of this Chinese track. Joey has also taken the green behind him as we approach 15 minutes to go in the session. Nick through Sector 2 is 24-7 is his first time. Castron just got a 5th place grid penalty for a collision with an Alfa Romeo. So his session is already off to a bad start as there's more yellows. He's still going slowly in this final sector over there. There's also a Haas off track.
So just got confirmation.
We're following SP here.
The other driver.
And there's another grid penalty.
So that's already 2 Ferrari cars, power cars, Castron at 300 with 5-place grid penalties. So looks like they're not really too worried about their qualifying performance. They seem to have it worked out already for the race. But yeah, the only other car joining, we'll have a 14-car grid for tonight's race. Gaming Jake in the Alpine will be the last car joining us. So today it looks like McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, Williams, and Mercedes are going to be the teams with both their cars here.
All right, and Nick through the final corner. He's going to be the first one to set a time here. Let's see what kind of number he can put on the board. 133.8 is going to be the first time he obviously jumps to P1. Here comes Joey right behind him. Can he beat it? Yes, he does by about 4 tenths. Joey to the top, 133.4. Here comes Cole, 131.9. What a lap from the McLaren. Our defending pole winner sets the bar high very early and is going to be closely followed by his teammate Slurp, who is on
another 5
on intermediates actually, and another grid penalty for 300. That is 10 plays grid penalty for him.
Yeah, they
Slurp
really
to the
don't
final
care.
corner on intermediates. See how far off he's going to be here. He actually 138.5 is his time, and he's going to be followed by McKinnon, who is just starting his lap. Then there's going to be a Red Bull coming through the final corner here. Rowdy, pole machine, defending winner. What time is he going to put down? 132.7, so he is 8 tenths off of Cole right now. Cole with a flyer here early, and 300 going to call it a session and retire without a time on the board, so he will start at the back. DeMeo to P3, 133.3 for him, and he's going to be followed by Boyd, who puts up a 142.6 on the intermediate tires. Banjo through the final corners here, defending Costco Cup Series winner in Charlotte last week. Through the final corner he comes to the line. It's going to be a 133 flat for him, puts him to P3, right ahead of the Ferrari of DeMeo. Castron is on a lap, but he is sitting backwards in Sector 3 for about the 4th time this session, and he's doing burnouts over there, so not sure what's up with that. But now McKinnon is on his first lap. He's coming through.
Castron is
and there goes Castron.
In the second to last corner.
Oh, goodness.
Not what they were hoping for.
So Castron DNFs from qualifying for the 2nd week in a row.
So 300 and Castron are confirmed starting tail end of the field tonight with Gaming Jake, who won't set a time.
Making his 2nd start of the season. Through the final corner. Going to be a 133.1. Going to put him right behind Banjo.
McKinnon subbing
by
in
a tenth or so.
for the suspended,
He is stepping in for the suspended Sean Orna, who is in the booth tonight. I wonder why Sean got suspended, but we're not going to talk about it. So now everyone has had a time, with the exception of Josh and Leafy.
Josh and Leafy are both in the pits getting their cars set up for their next run. Actually, Josh didn't make a run. No.
No, he did not. They have not set time.
Oh, I think that's is that Leafy?
And McKinnon is DNF'd as well.
That's SP
so he
going
will not
out.
improve on a 133.1.
So
McKinnon done early as well.
McKinnon is the first car that has set a lap.
Oh, and Nick almost wrecked it there in the first corner.
Leaving the pits, cold tires.
He got very squirrely on the curbs.
Both Mercedes are out for their out lap. Leafy, who hasn't set a time, and SP, who's currently 7th of the 9 to go. I think they can beat that 131.9, but it's going to be tough. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, no one's within 8 tenths of it right now.
I would
so it's
say
gonna be tough. But
I would say Rowdy could beat it, but I also could see Cole improving. So those would be the two to watch
for sure.
when they're on track.
If he set a 131.9 on his first lap, Lord knows what he can do with another run. But yeah, the only 2 people that have won a pole this season are Cole and Rowdy. So they're both looking to add to their numbers.
So it looks like we were able to get a hold of one of the drivers who DNF'd early here. The Ferrari driver of Castron 9.
Hello, everybody.
So I don't know if the stream can hear him,
so
but
Castron,
hello,
can you explain why you were doing burnouts in Sector 3?
Well, okay, so here's what happened. So, I thought it would be a smart idea to run a bit of a lower downforce setup, if you will. And after losing my front wing due to Austin and backing it into the safer barrier, having 0 downforce really hurt me in the corners. And let's just say, once you have 0 downforce and tires that are, I think it was like 270 degrees Fahrenheit, it's a little hard to go straight, especially when you are a homosexual.
Got it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. You used Fahrenheit. We don't use that around here.
Oh yeah, wait 1 second.
Back to this session here. 9 minutes are left. Josh went out on an outlap, but now is gonna. Oh, he's not pulling into the pits. I don't know where he's going.
Here comes Leafy to the line.
Yep, Leafy is going to the line.
This will be his first
Mercedes
lap
teammate is on the clock.
of
2
the
cents up through
session.
sector 1. And Josh is currently sitting at the start-finish line. And he is going backwards. Luckily for him, there's no one on track. He's trying to get into the pits here. Josh, you can't go that way, and he just got disqualified.
Well, it was.
Oh my
thank you
goodness,
for
this
inviting
session
me
is
to
a
the
mess. What is happening? So that makes 4 qualifying
and
DNFs
there
as Nick is doing
goes
burnouts, and there he
XP, and he
goes.
slams
Make it
the
5.
So it looks like this is a battle of attrition, as many cars have dropped out of this session. Leafy, though, still on a lap here. He has not set a lap yet, and there's one car that he's going to beat by default, which is 300, because he has not set a lap, so that's good for him.
Well, he's going to be 3.
Oh, as
300 Castro and Josh.
right now it already has him ahead of
Because-
Castro and Josh,
Well, yeah, but
because Castro got DQ'd, or excuse me, Josh
at
did.
worst, he will be starting 10th.
Yeah, I think he can easily break this top 8 here. Through the final section.
And he is being closely followed by the Williams of Joey, who's currently P6. Leafy's going to get to the line first, but Joey did have a little bit of a toe down the straightaway. Let's see if that helps him at
A
all.
good lap by
Leafy
Leafy
to the line is going to be a
like I said.
134.5, going to put him 8th, and here comes Joey, 134.4. That's 9 tenths up on his previous lap, so not an improvement for him. He might be going again here. No, he's... might be going. No, he's backing it off, I believe, as he does not have a lot of overtake left. 7 minutes left in the session. Everyone are going to be gearing up for their final runs. Can anyone knock Cole off of pole position with that 131.9? A very, very strong time that still is holding up nicely, as Gaming Jake has just joined the session.
Can Jake actually get a lap in? I don't think he can. I don't think it'll let him.
We'll see. Joey actually improved a couple tenths through Sector 1 here, so he might try to stick this time out, even though he
Jake
barely has
will
any
be
overtake
starting
left.
officially 12th because of he'll be starting 11th with
There's
he's
Jake.
in the okay, I was gonna
So
say
he
he's in the pits.
will be able to get a lap in.
So yeah, even if he runs a stinker of a lap, he's gonna out-qualify 300 Castron and Josh due to penalties.
So Leafy and Joey both going for consecutive flyers here, but both have 0 overtake down the
I
long
think
straightaway.
Leafy might
That's
just
gonna
be
obviously
driving back
hinder
to the
their times a
pits.
lot.
Leafy might just be driving back to the pits because of how low he is on ERS.
We'll see right now.
Yeah.
Yep, Leafy to the pits. Joey going to follow him. Oh no, Joey going to set the lap here. Not going to be an improvement. It's actually going to be a 1.6 second decrease in lap time. As Boyle now out for his first lap on the soft tires.
Good for Joey. He's gonna have enough time to get back to the pits, change tires, and go at it again.
5.5 minutes to go. Still have not seen a second run from anybody except for Boyle so far, and Nick, who has DNF'd.
Yeah, 5 minutes left in qualifying. Only 2 cars have cracked the 132s, one of which has cracked the 131. So
Yeah, good point.
we might be in for a Cole Rowdy show tonight. Who knows? Qualifying can be very
Yeah, I
different
can
than
easily
the
see
race.
that happening.
I heard from other
But I mean,
drivers.
you know,
they
you
were
can
worried
never
about
count out
Cole.
Slurp. Dude drove through the field 3 times last week.
Yeah.
So, and he already has a win. The one person not named Rowdy who has a win this season.
It could
As,
be Cole's best opportunity to join that list of winners.
Well, I was gonna actually just about to ask you about last week. What do you think about the call Cole made to put on soft tires with just a few laps to go, putting him all the way back to 9th place, and honestly, in my opinion, costing him the race?
Well, I actually talked with
because
Cole.
I feel like if he stayed out, then he would have won.
I
Because he was
actually
quicker than
talked
Rowdy
with
the whole
Cole.
race.
He said to me that he felt like he's actually not upset with the call he made. He felt like that was the right call. It just things didn't work out before he got to traffic and whatnot. So, it's tough as a driver to be put in a spot like that where the call you made was right. It just things did not work out the way they were supposed to. So he's definitely got a chip on his shoulder heading into this week, knowing that he can beat Rowdy and his teammate Slurp, but he has to do it, right? He just has to go out there and do it one of these weeks. Get back into that points battle for the championship as Boyle sets a purple sector 1. So this could be a really good lap. Don't want to jinx him.
But I get where he's coming from, and obviously he probably expected more people to stay out than
for sure
did.
For sure.
Pit, because I think 8 cars stayed out. He restarted 9th with a few laps to go, and then
but like
and then drove to second. But
everything that he needed to go his way just slowly kind of didn't, and that's what unraveled his plan.
3 minutes left. It is crunch time in China. Cole and DeMeo are both back on out laps. Boyle is on a lap as we speak. We're following him into the final couple of corners right now. Looking like a pretty tidy lap from the Alfa Romeo so far. Let's see if he can finish it through the final couple of corners. Boyle through the final corner. This has been a really good lap for him. Let's see what kind of time he can put down. It's going to be a 1:33.5, which jumps into 7th.
I think he lost a lot of his time in that second sector.
Yeah. He is just
that's going to be the only lap he's going to be able to set.
A couple more places. Yeah, he's backing off here. As following behind Joey, who's on another outlap. And Rowdy is also on track. So here we go. This is the time we've all been waiting for. Cole going to look to improve on his 1:31.9. Everyone else going to be looking to top it. As people like Banjo, Leafy, and Jake need to get out of the pits soon if they want to get another lap in here, because it takes a while to get around the circuit.
Jake is leaving the pits right now, but I don't
Jake.
know.
Still waiting on Banjo to come out.
It's going to be close.
DeMeo is just taking the green.
Really push it.
Currently sitting 5th. Through the first sector, let's see what kind of improvement he gets. To get to pole, he needs about 1.4 seconds, so it's going to need to be a really big improvement. 3/10 through the first sector. That's a great start for the Ferrari. See if he can keep going through the lap here. Minute 20 to go. Banjo
these
not coming out
corners
of the
right
pits,
here,
which
DeMeo's going through is where they keep losing it. Cannot touch the grass here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cole just taking the green there.
That's where Boyle lost a lot of his time. He clipped the grass.
Mayo looked like he got there pretty good. 7/10 down through the second sector. So, looking pretty good, but he's still going to need about another 7/10 or so to get up to that 1:31.9. As with under a minute to go, it does not look like Leafy or Banjo will be coming back out to set another time here. As DeMeo going to be the first one to set the last time on the board as he comes through this sharp right-hand turn, hard on the brakes from 8th gear to 3rd. Trying to get up through the gears as quick as you can. Through the final corner he comes. This looks like a pretty good lap. See what he can be here. It's going to be a 1:32.83. It is a 1 second improvement. It jumps him to second place ahead of Rowdy. Just about 4 tenths off of Cole. And he's not going to call it a session. As now we're on board with Rowdy. As Cole has actually just retired. He went on improve on a 1:31.9, so it's down to these guys to beat him. Rowdy 3/10 down through the first sector as time is going to expire. Rowdy now 4/10 down through the first 2 sectors. He's still going to need about another 4/10. Oh, he's wrecks. He's in the gravel. That'll be it for Rowdy's session. And that will be it for anybody not named Slurp or Jake who can get pole here. Slurp is 1.5 seconds down through the first sector. He'd need 7 seconds and change to get up to Cole's time. 3.8 seconds through sectors 1 and 2. Will it be enough for the McLaren to knock his teammate off provisional pole? Jake is in sector 1. He's going to be the last one to take it to the line, I believe.
Pulling over. He's not able to finish his lap.
Yeah, Joey is calling it a session, so it is all down to Slurp here. Through the right hand,
and
he
Jake
comes hard on the brakes. And Jake, I'm sorry. Slurp now through the final corner. Joey going to call it a session. Can Slurp knock his teammate off a original pole? It's going to be close to the line. He comes. It's going to be a 132.2. Barely. He jumps ahead of DeMeo to P2, but it's
The
still 3
McLaren
tenths
front
off.
row for the Chinese
So it is
Grand Prix.
McLaren 1-2, unless Jake has something to say about it here. But if not, it looks like a McLaren 1-2 for the 3rd time out of 4 races this season, which is an incredible feat for them. What time can Jake set here? It's not going to be pole. What can he do? It is going to be a 136.1 for Jake, and that will be it. So Cole takes P1 for his 2nd pole in a row, and Slurp makes it a McLaren 1-2 here in China. There are your times. It was 3.313, the distance between the McLaren teammates. Then you had DeMeo 4 tenths off, Rowdy 7 tenths, Banjo 1.1 seconds, and so on down the order here. And this will be your lineup from China tonight as we get ready for the race here in a second.
Yeah, earlier with 5 minutes to go in the session, I mentioned only 2 cars in the 132s, and those 2 cars were not able to improve. Cole didn't really need to improve; he won pole still. Rowdy was not able to improve and lost 2 spots as a result, as Slurp and DeMeo drove right past them, and Slurp only being 3 tenths off, which pretty good. So I'd say it's going to be a good race here tonight. We got some heavy hitters up at front.
All right, loading into the race here. Sean, what do you think these drivers are going to try to do? Oh, it looks overcast. Are we going to get rain here in China?
We could very well get rain. This track has a tendency
that's going to be...
to get rain.
Wow. Yeah,
I would
it definitely looks
suspect
like
rain
there's going to be
later
rain
in the
on
race
the
if we do get it at all.
forecast. That is going to throw a huge wrench into all these drivers' plans for this race if rain does end up coming. So, Sean, what are your strategies off the start here to get the best start you can and keep your car clean for the first lap?
It all depends on where you are. I mean, if you're Cole, Slurp, DeMeo, Rowdy, you just go for it. I wouldn't say, like, send it, but just hold position. Make sure you're not getting chopped off the start. Keep your front wing intact and just go from there. And if you've got the confidence in yourself to keep up or even pass those ahead of you, if there is anyone ahead of you, then you should be in a fine position. But if you're in the back,
All right, here we go.
you know,
McLaren's on the front row, followed by DeMeo and Rowdy. The 5 lights are out, and away we go. Cashman has a drive-through for jumping the start, as here comes Slurp. He got a huge jump. Cole did not get a great start. DeMeo going to look for the 2 for 1 to the inside. He goes. He's going to look for the lead from 3rd. To the inside of Slurp, he goes through the first corner. He goes a little bit wide, a little bit of contact between the McLaren and the Ferrari. Slurp able to hold the lead. DeMeo does jump Cole 4 seconds. Rowdy falls in line in 4th, as now the 2 Williams are battling with him and Boyd. Everyone makes it through cleanly, it looks like, as there's the Ferrari of Castro back there. Oh, there's contact between the Mercedes. Someone was also front wing. I believe that's 300, who actually had a really, really good start. He got up to the top 8 or so, but then had some contact. I believe his front wing has been lost, as now we jump back on board with the top 4 here. There's your strategy for the race. Looks like a medium to soft or hard to medium. It is going to be up to the drivers. Slurp able to hold the lead. Cole actually got 2nd back from DeMeo there after losing it on the start. So Cole down 2 positions at the beginning of the race, but now is back up to P2 and now going to try to run out. So, oh, DeMeo's turning. He spun. He got caught on the grass there, and his Ferrari teammate also did the same thing. DeMeo barely got it straight, and there's contact with Castron. Oh my goodness. There is a massive crash. Castron got a penalty, he had a drive-through, and I believe the virtual safety car is out. What a crazy turn of events that was. DeMeo somehow did not bend it into the wall there after getting hooked on the curb. Only lost a few positions, he's down to 6, but that could have potentially been a race ending for both of the Ferraris.
Yeah, that opening
now we have
lap
an early
by the
virtual safety car. Will anyone decide to pit
worst
here?
thing I've seen out of China since COVID-19. That was not what they were hoping for.
Castron is going to pit here. As it's Castron he just wrecked and going into the pit lane. Now he's going to reverse it, try to get it going again. As the virtual safety car is still not in, as we have 300 Leafy and Castron all coming into the pits. McKinnon actually has dropped down 8 spots from the start. I'm not sure if he had an issue or what, but I mean, there was so much going on in that First
McKinnon
lap there, as
stays
now it is a
out
full course safety
with
car,
no
actually.
front wing here. I don't know what the plan for that team is.
Yeah, me neither.
What a lap! What an
But
opening lap that
wow,
was.
I thought it was a tame opening lap. I spoke way
It
too
started
soon.
tame and then slowly became a bit more exciting as the lap went on.
Jeez.
But yeah, DeMeo just clipped the grass, and I think that's where it all tipped off. A lot of cars stacked up, checked up, and next thing you know, McKinnon's going head on into the wall like Roman Grosjean. So, I'm not even kidding.
I don't know
though.
how DeMeo kept
You
that
gotta
car
see
straight.
my perspective of that. It literally looked like it looked like a carbon copy of Roman Grosjean's crash from the broadcast in Bahrain 4 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll send a clip of that to the chat.
So just recapping the start here, off the line, Slurp got a really good jump. Cole did not get away good at all. Then you had him falling to third, then getting back around DeMeo. Then DeMeo almost wrecking it through this corner one right now. Somehow on the high speed, he tried to get way too low and got on the grass. And dropped him down behind both of the Williams to P6. As many drivers are not happy with Castron for how he handled that start. He jumped and got a drive-through, and then the safety car is going to save him, obviously, because he was able to do it under a caution period. And so now we will not be going green this time by.
Yeah, when you're a
Follow the
driver,
safety car for one more lap.
when you're a driver in such a position as, you know, when you get a jump start, a drive-through, or whatever, a lot of people just expect you to pull over and give them the room because you have to pit. Like, you can go up there and take the lead, but you're still going to have to pit. So a lot of drivers just assume that you're going to pull over. And I assume that there was a lot of drivers upset with the way Castron was racing them because Castron was racing them, as Castron has actually lagged out of the
disconnected.
session. So he will be able
His
to
AI will
resume.
take over for the moment as McKinnon is now pitted for a new front wing. Leafy is in again as well. They're both going to put medium tires on. Speaking of tires, the entire grid has decided to start on mediums with the exception of Joey and Boyd, who are both on the hard compound. So McKinnon and Leafy will get caught back up. And we will hopefully get going again here and actually get some racing laps in.
So yeah, that start for Cole is not what he wanted, though, just to touch back on that. I was going to mention Cole, you know, these past couple weeks has not had the starts he's wanted, and it just the bad starts continue for Cole as he wins pole by 0.3 and then loses it in turn 1.
You're exactly right.
Safety car in this lap.
Yeah, safety car is in this lap. As the McLarens will lead it back to green, followed by Rowdy in the Red Bull and the two Williams of Banjo and Joey. As we would get going again. Right on board with Slurp here as he tries to get the best start he can. As the safety car pulls into the pits, and here we go. It'll be 25 to go from China as we take the green here. Slurp leading them slowly into the final corner. And on the gas he is. There he goes. He got a decent start. I don't think the one exactly he wanted is. Cole is still just a couple of tenths behind him. Rowdy right on them as well. Cole with a run into turn 1. Will he make the move? Not quite. Slurp going a little bit wide as Nick and Jake are battling for 8th spot.
Williams made contact.
Got around Castron.
Joey got underneath Banjo, and Banjo almost spun. Joey had to check up, lost 2 spots.
2 by 2 back here.
That could have
And
been
we're
big.
able to keep it going. Oh, there was contact again between Nick and Jake there. as they're still 2x2. Jake goes way wide, almost pulls right down in front of 300. 300 able to make the move and get around him here. As they're side-by-side now, Josh is side-by-side with Jake. Jake, oh, there's contact a little bit, as there's a driver in the grass that's Nick in the Mercedes who pulls off into the grass there. And as he's going to lose 3 or 4 spots. Slurp able to hold the lead by 0.6 over Cole. As everyone breaks for these twists and turns here in Sector 2. DeMeo actually passed Boyle to make up one of the spots he lost on the start. And he is back up to 5th spot now, trying to chase down Banjo. As, yeah, 300 and Joey. Joey actually has lost multiple spots since the restart. Down 3 spots now to P8.
To the lead.
Cole has just passed Slurp for the lead. Down the long straightaway.
That's going to be
Slurp's
the best
still
place
right on his
for
rear
passing all day.
As now Cole back up to where he started in P1, ahead of his teammate Slurp. Cole setting the fastest lap of the race there, 1:36.2. As the top 4 have broken away of the DRS of DeMeo in 5th.
Here comes
As 300 now passes his teammate Boyle for 6th. Joey following closely behind them, trying to get to the outside of Boyle there for 7th. Not going to make it happen. They're closely followed by Josh
loose off the corner.
in 9th. Yeah, 300 all got really loose there. Rowdy now running down the McLarens. He's a little bit of tire banging with Cole there. Casterman is pitting once again. It's his 3rd pit stop of the race. Ooh, Rowdy, very squirrely, almost lost it there on the curbs.
Rowdy
The curbs
doing
are
everything he
dangerous
can to
tonight
keep up
so
with those
far.
McLarens.
Yeah, 300 now falling down the order.
Oh,
He just
he's
got
in the
passed
grass.
by 3 cars. He's in the grass. He is now back on track, but he lost spots to Joey, Josh, and Boyle there. Boyle back up to P6. As we're following Banjo now, trying to keep up with the front 3. Now Josh is up to P7. Josh up 5 spots from where he started here on lap 5 of this race. He is off to a great one here so far. Looking for his best finish in a while. McKinney has recovered to P11 after a rough start. He make it 12th now as him and Nick are side by side. Nick gonna pass him back for 11th. It's into the hard-braking right-hander. There they go to the line. Rowdy now right on Cole here as DRS will be activated.
Nope, not going to have enough here.
As Joey now falling down the order even more, he's gonna call it he's gonna pit here. Wonder if he has some wing damage.
I was going to say there had to have been something wrong. I think maybe when he touched his teammate on the opening lap,
he was dropping down the order rapidly.
He must have received some sort of wing damage.
So we will see what the cause is here as he comes to the pit lane.
And he is getting a new front
wing. And some, that's soft tires, I think? Yes, no, medium tires, excuse me. Medium tires going on the Williams, and he will have some work to do to get some points here as he's down in P13, way behind the field.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a worse position by putting soft tires on. Just take mediums and ride it out, hope for another safety car.
Slurp now still closely following Cole. Both of these guys saving DRS, or ERS, excuse me.
We're going to have a great
Rowdy's
battle for the
saving
lead
a bit
here.
as well, but Banjo is the only one that's not saving, as Slurp going to have DRS down this long straightaway. Rowdy going to have it as well, but Slurp could make a move for the lead if he wanted it here. Let's see what he does. DRS going to be activated right now, and he's going to fly down the straightaway, but I don't think he's going to be close enough here. No, not even going to think about it. He's still going to follow Cole. Rowdy got, Slurp a little bit wide there. Rowdy going to make a move to the inside he goes. Not going to make it happen though.
Wasn't
Banjo
anticipating to slide the corner like that because of all the ERS and the DRS enabled.
Right. DRS activated again for these guys. Can Rowdy make a move on Slurp? Does not look like it. Slurp's still too far back of his teammate to do anything with him into turn 1. As all of these guys still have DRS on each other. And Josh has actually moved up to P6 now, past 300. Josh started 12th in this race and is now up to 6th in the early going. Now trying to hold off the 2 Alfa Romeos who are right behind him.
And no good news for Banjo. 6% on the ERS remaining as the leader. Cole locks it up into the corner.
Yeah, he is pushing to keep up with these guys here.
Of this top 5, I would say you swap DeMeo and Banjo, and those are the top 5 fastest cars right now, definitely, throughout the whole weekend. So about what we expected.
You want to pull up the point standings real quick?
Is that in
McKinnon and Slurp and Leafy battling. Oh, there's a car around. Nick is once again turned around.
Not good, not a good weekend.
I believe there was
Nick.
contact with McKinnon and possibly his teammate Leafy. Nick able to get it going again. Now Leafy's going to move up into the points paying positions. McKinnon going to fall back to 11th here as we'll get back on board with the leaders here down the straightaway. See if anybody makes any moves.
DeMeo is going to make the move
Rowdy,
on Banjo.
Yes, DeMeo going
and
for 4th here. Oh, there's a lot of lockups. Oh, he hits Rowdy! He hits Rowdy in the rear wing. Right, able to keep it straight. That lost him a lot of time to the 2 McLarens, though. DeMeo gets by Banjo for 4th, but shot it in there and made some contact.
He's going to be lucky to have no wing damage. I don't think he has any.
Slurp.
Wing looks pristine.
Closely following Cole into turn 1 here.
Could have been big. So yeah, heading into this race right now, Rowdy has an 11-point lead over the race leader, Cole.
And Nick is actually going to retire. We have our first retiree from the race.
Not a good race for Nick. He is going to leave P14. Just one of those races.
Trying to keep up with these guys as Banjo is now out of DRS range of the top 4. As we missed it, but both Alfa Romeos got back past Josh. But he is still right with them. As here we go down the long straightaway again. Rowdy is just 4/10 back of Slurp. Can he do something with him here into the into this sharp corner? Activating a lot of DRS. He has a run. Slurp also has a run on Cole. Does he take it? Does not look like it. Rowdy, will he make a move? No, he will not. As both McLarens smoke a little bit into the corner. As we come to complete lap 8, making it 20 to go. In China, Boyle passes his teammate 300 for 6th. There goes Josh by him for 7th. Then to turn 1 we go. Both McLarens actually have a lot of ERS saved up. As, Slurp's to the inside of Cole. Now to make it the outside here. Slurp's still there. Cole going to be able to hold it there as Rowdy now looks for a move, but not quite going to get there as well. Rowdy got a little loose there and lost a little bit of time.
To make a move there is very brave. I just don't think
you can clearly see who the faster cars are. Cole once again locks it up into that corner. He's having trouble braking, but able to hold the lead still. But you can see the difference. Both McLarens. Both the McLarens have 75 and 70 ERS. Rowdy has 21, DeMeo has 33, Banjo has 10, and he is still out of DRS range. So top 4 have broken away, like you said.
And the top 4 in this race are the top 4 in the standings, so it's no shocker there.
As it should be. And I can just tell when we get late in the race, this sharp corner over here, it's going to be mayhem.
Dive bomb city.
People are laying it all on the line. Rowdy trying to break the toe to not let DeMeo get any closer to him, as he still tries to keep up with the 2 McLarens. And that's Slurp, a little bit smoking in that corner. Oh, Rowdy got loose on the curb there.
They're doing everything they can to hang with the McLarens. They're just too quick. I think
here comes Josh looking for 6th on the Alfa Romeo. Boyle able to hold around the outside. Nice move from Josh. He's going to try to finish it off here into the final corner. 300 following these guys closely. A little bit of contact. Boyle's off the track. 300 pushing Josh down the straightaway here. On his bumper still pushing him. The Alfa Romeos are side by side. Boyle now has a run into turn 1. This is a great battle here for 6th. We just saw bump drafting. As now they're 3 wide into turn 2.
Oh, he's gonna
and Boyle goes around! And both Alfa Romeos are stopped in sector 1. That was not good at all for them. 300 able to keep going and not lose any positions, but Boyle is going to lose one to Leafy. who now moves up to 8th place. Leafy having a great little race here so far.
Jake gonna go on Boyle. He's gonna overdrive it. Boyle's gonna get it back.
That was disastrous for the Alfa Romeos. Slurp actually, whoa, that was close. He broke way late for that corner and almost got into his teammate. As we complete lap 10, we should start seeing some pit stops here shortly. Sooner rather than later, I would say. As now that whole thing has allowed Josh to gap 300 by about 3.3 seconds. He is now all on his own, 11 seconds behind Banjo. Completing lap 10, 18 to go. Still the top 4 within DRS range of each other, even though Rowdy is 8/10 back of the McLarens now. Trying to stay in the DRS. But he is still pushing a lot. Cole at 80% battery, Slurp at 70, Rowdy just at 13, DeMeo at 25.
You can tell Slurp
So Rowdy
is a
once
little
again.
quicker. I think he knows it's best
Yeah.
not to try and pass now.
He's just biding
Use
his
up your
time.
stuff, yeah. Might want to save that for later. Josh having a nice little run. P6 right now in the AlphaTauri. The only one in the field today.
Down a long straightaway once again.
Boyle has caught Leafy. I'd assume on this next straight, Boyle's going to try and get back up to 8th, get both Alfa Romeos into the top 8.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, Leafy's sliding in the rear.
As I'm noticing every single time they break into that sharp right hand, their Slurp smokes his tires.
Yeah, I think that both of them are doing that just to make sure they don't hit each other. I don't think they're really worried about tires, knowing they're going to have to make another stop.
As now they have broken away from DeMeo, actually. DeMeo out of the RS range. He's going to try to get back into it. He does break back into it now as Rowdy is all over Slurp's rear wing there.
Yeah, they get awfully close in those corners. Well, one of these corners they're going to hit.
Yeah. DeMeo caught back DRS for the moment.
Surprisingly, Boyle was not able to get by Leafy the first time, but is able to get by him this
And
time
there
in
he
turn
is.
1.
Leafy going to let him around here. Boyle back up to 8th after that incident with his teammate.
If Boyle's quick, it just
No.
it seems like he's putting himself in not so good positions.
Right. I mean, it was 300 who made it 3 wide in the turn 1 there, but still, I get what you're saying.
To no fault of his own, yeah. Boyle putting himself in bad positions to no fault of his own. There's just where you are on the racetrack sometimes is sometimes you're the ball and sometimes you're the bat. Seems like Boyle's been the ball all day. But yeah,
Absolutely.
they have pulled away by a considerable amount over Banjo. It looks like it's just these 4.
It's about 5 seconds now.
And then the gap from Banjo to Josh is a lot as well. So getting spread out here.
Yeah, 13 seconds for that.
That just shows how good
As-
the top 4 are.
Who will be the first one to pit here? Do you have any predictions?
I would assume someone. I'd assume DeMeo would probably be the first one to pit. Maybe Slurp.
Okay.
To try and jump his teammate, put himself in a better spot. But I'd assume DeMeo.
Boyle
Since
and Leafy
DeMeo's already
still going at it
losing
for 8th here.
I think DeMeo can tell he's either biding his time or he might know he's just a little bit slower than that top 3. I'd assume he's biding his time, though. I think he knows what he's doing.
Both McLaren still saving mostly all of their battery.
Yeah, Rowdy's down to 6 now. So the McLaren's got it
Rowdy having
covered.
to push a lot to keep up with these guys.
If they just keep doing what they're doing, they have a stranglehold on this lead.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Rowdy tries to undercut them and split them up.
Yeah. Rowdy or DeMeo. I would assume DeMeo only because I know DeMeo for doing stuff like that in Formula One. Just trying to get the edge on tires above the competition.
Oh, Rowdy got loose there out of that corner. He might not have DRS here. It's going to be close. He's barely going to have it.
DeMeo might get him, though. I think DeMeo's going to get him.
Yeah, DeMeo going for the move. Here he goes for P3.
None of them
DeMeo
have
to the
any
inside of
ERS
Rowdy.
left.
They're both fighting with no ERS left. They're trying to keep up with the McLarens here. DeMeo to the inside. Rowdy going to go wide. He takes the position. DeMeo up to third. Now they are out of DRS of the two McLarens. That is not what they needed. As Rowdy, here he goes to the pits. Rowdy going to be the first one to pit. He loses P3 and immediately pits as we
That's a smart move.
approach
He was
halfway.
losing a lot of time. Had
Yeah,
no ERS.
smart move for sure.
Didn't want to lose any more than he had to.
So Rowdy going to go to the hards, I assume. Yes, putting on the hard tires is Rowdy.
Caution.
Yellow's to sector 3.
2.
There's a Haas.
Or sector 3, excuse me. Switched over.
McKinnon
I'm like,
in
my
the
car.
grass, able to get going.
My poor car.
DeMeo still not back in DRS of the McLarens.
So Rowdy is going to leave
He
the
is
pits
pushing
in
mightily.
6th. He is going to be behind Josh, but probably not for long. I'd assume he'd get by Josh here in about the next half lap. Mainly because Josh is not one to hold up someone who just left the pits.
And will the top 3 respond and come into the pits as well here? Or do you think
one of them's got to pit. One of them's got to make a to
both
counter.
Cole and Slurp are pushing now, so I believe this will be an in-lap for at least one of them. They're both using ERS for the first time in a while. DeMeo has actually caught back into DRS, so great work by him.
Yeah, they're not going to double
Able
stack
to
it,
keep up.
obviously. But one of them's got to
No.
pit here. Just to counter Rowdy, specifically.
DeMeo still able to be in the DRS, so great work from him to catch back up into the DRS.
He was
down long
point.
straightaway.
He was 1.3 entering this lap. Now he's 0.7.
Yeah.
So great job.
As now, who's going to pit here, if anybody?
I'd suspect one of the McLarens has to pit here.
Let's see. Rowdy gets by Josh for 5th. And
Cole.
Cole going to pit, Slurp going to stay out. DeMeo going to stay out as well. Oh, DeMeo almost wrecked out the last corner. What a save!
What a save.
Second
He's gonna
great
lose a
save of
considerable
the
amount
day
time
from
on
DeMeo.
Slurp.
Wow. And yeah, that's going to lose DRS once again.
This could be all Cole needs.
Banjo also staying out. Cole putting on the hard tires. Let's see where he rejoins. Will he... He might be behind Rowdy here. It's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
Cole coming out.
It's
Rowdy
gonna
going
be
to pass him.
behind.
Rowdy jumps Cole.
They had to
The undercut
counter Rowdy,
works
it
for the
just
Red
wasn't
Bull.
enough.
Wow, what a great call by Rowdy. He is now out in front of the McLaren. Can Cole pass him back, though? Cole has 84 compared to 14 overtake there.
Yeah, Rowdy's going to have the advantage for, like, the next half a lap with his warmed-up hards compared to Cole's cold tires. But the second Cole gets those tires warmed up, he's going to probably fly by Rowdy with all that ERS.
Yeah. Slurp still ahead of DeMeo.
But still,
by
nonetheless, a
1.4
great
seconds.
call to put himself in a better spot than he was a minute ago for Rowdy. Rowdy was about to lose DRS on the top 3, and by pitting a lap early, is now ahead of who used to be the leader. That's a hell of a call.
Yeah. We are past halfway in China, and the race is now unfolding. DeMeo completely out of battery down the straightaway here. I believe this will be the time he's going to pit. I believe Slurp is probably going to pit as well. We're about to find out. Will Slurp call it?
Slurp
Yes, he
pitting.
is. DeMeo's
So
going
is
to
DeMeo.
follow him. So these two are going to pit. And now it'll be up to... Here comes Cole for the inside of Rowdy. He's going to easily pass him for P4 at the
Banjo is
moment,
going
which will
to take the lead
cycle out
here.
to be the lead.
He's not going to lead the lap, but he's
As
going to
Cole
take
goes
the
a
lead
little bit
here.
wide. But yeah, Cole has so much more battery
Yeah, Cole and flying
than
down.
Rowdy.
Rowdy's just going to have to
Banjo
try
staying
his
out, he will
hardest
inherit
to
the
stay up
lead.
with him.
And now here comes Slurp and DeMeo out of the pits. Well, will they rejoin it? Correlation to Cole. Cole and Rowdy got to fly by them by a long margin. Look at that.
Is not good at all.
That is
for
a
Slurp
massive.
and
And it's 2
DeMeo.
seconds between Cole and Rowdy and Slurp and DeMeo.
So it looks like pitting
So now
early
Slurp
was
gonna have
the
some work to
call.
do.
3 second time
Joey,
penalty.
penalty.
For Joey. Josh is now in the pits.
Josh pitting. Jake has already made his stop. So Banjo 300, Leafy, Joey still to pit. Boiled as well, but he is on the hard tires.
Yeah, Cole's just that much better than the rest of the
Cole is
competition. It
flying
seems.
away from Rowdy, trying to
Rowdy
break
had
the
the
DRS.
right strategy. It's just an uphill battle here for Rowdy because it's just going to be a lot
Slurp trying to
beat Cole.
Slurp trying to push with all he can to get back close to those guys. But it's going to be an uphill battle for him to catch his teammate. Rowdy's still barely in the DRS down the straightaway here. He's going to need to make up a bunch of time. No, he's out of it now. Did he get to the detection zone? He did. DRS for Rowdy. How much is he going to close here?
Not enough.
Not even that much, just a couple of tenths.
I'd assume Cole, if he just holds a steady wheel these next couple laps, could easily get out
Banjo
of
is now in the pits, so Cole will take
DRS
the lead
range.
back here.
Oh god, where's Banjo gonna come out here? He was
Cole
fifth.
sets the fastest lap of the 135.5.
Banjo might actually
It's now-
lose a spot or two by waiting so long.
Slurp on the Banjo on the soft tires. With 12 to go in the race.
Oh, no,
What do you think about that call?
I think he threw his race away. I think he waited too long to pit, and now he's compounding that mistake
Wow.
by throwing softs on. Because even if I'd assume the softs are to make up for the time loss, right? He's gonna try and catch 300, try and just put himself in position to maybe pass 300, but then he's just gonna get passed by 300, or maybe not.
Yeah,
300's
he's
on mediums.
4.3 back.
I mean, it's going to be tough. I don't
Of
think that was the
300.
right call. I think he's going to keep himself a nice 6th place finish. I don't think that's going to help his case, though.
Rowdy
Leafy
has
having a good
lost
run.
DRS off of Cole and is now pushing with all these guys to try to get back into it, but it's not going to be enough here. Cole going to have no threat from Rowdy down the straightaway, and Slurp is closing on the Red Bull fast. He is now down to 1.1 after being 2 seconds last lap, and Slurp has also put 4.3 seconds on Mayo, so I believe it's going to be down to one of these McLarens to win this race unless the safety car comes out. Slurp still pushing with all he's got here to try to get back by Rowdy. As Cole now has a 1.2 second lead as we come taking 12 to go in the race.
Slurp with the fastest lap, so he is definitely on a
135.4,
charge.
yeah, Slurp is closing. On Rowdy and Cole.
Banjo to the line here on softs will probably take fastest lap. No. Wait, no, he just pitted. I'm stupid. This lap.
Yeah, that's
This
that
lap,
lap.
he might take fastest lap. Whoops. I looked at the scoring pylon and it said he was plus 17 seconds. I'm like, I was slow. And then I remembered. Leafy to the
Josh
pits.
by Leafy for 7th. As Leafy, last one to make a pit stop here. 300 actually is still not pitted.
Leafy getting a new front wing. So that's really going to put him down the running order. He was
Boiled,
up to
pitted,
7.
put on medium, so 300 is the only one to not. Whoa, Rowdy loses it almost. He's in the gravel. He's able to save it, but he's going to get passed by Slurp for 2nd. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he kept that car straight, but he got squirrely on the curb and then got his right front tire in the gravel. And that allowed Slurp to pass him for 2nd. Rowdy going to have his DRS now. And if I were Rowdy, I would just stick behind Slurp and try to go run down Cole here, if possible. But Slurp has a 2-second gap to make up. Rowdy with a big run, yes, going to lift and not contest it into this corner. And now it's all down to can Slurp run down his teammate. There is 10 laps to go. He is 2 seconds back. 1 lap fresher tires. Does that mean anything on the hards? Banjo does take the fastest lap, 134.9 as 300 finally is into the pit lane here on those very, very warm medium tires. I wonder if he also goes to softs, because Banjo did it. Let's see if 300 does. Yes, he is. 300 going to also put on soft tires here for the last stint of the race.
Yeah, now he's got nothing to lose. He can put those softs on. You know, the only
As he is going to
person
come out
behind his
right
teammate.
behind his teammate of Boiled.
But yeah, with Rowdy getting loose there off the exit, up the corner they're going through right now, a lap ago, it was only a matter of time. I think Slurp is the faster car. He's in a much better position than Rowdy in terms of how their race has gone and what condition their tires are in and whatnot. So, and the ERS, of course. Rowdy about to go to 0 here in just a second, and Slurp's just hitting 30. So it's now up to
The
Slurp.
DRS down the straightaway is not as powerful as I thought it would be. As Slurp did not make any progress on Cole's lead that lap.
I just think Cole is so strong off the exit of the
It is
corner
still 2
heading to the
seconds.
straight that he's able to maintain
Cole's still
that gap.
saving battery like he did before. Slurp having to push here to try to make up the gap.
Slurp
He's about a
might get
10th quicker
there.
that lap, but he's going to need more than that.
Don't think he can pass though. We haven't seen anyone really be able to pass Cole and pull. Usually if they pass him, Cole gets them back and holds them off, so this might
that's
just
exactly
be
what he's
Cole's
doing
day
here.
to get his first win of the season. So, first person I'd
Still-
want running second behind me if I were in this position would be my teammate.
8 laps to go. Slurp actually gained a couple of tenths there through that corner. Cut it down to 1.6. This is far from over.
He's definitely going to catch. He's not going to pull Rowdy along. I don't think Rowdy's quick enough to stay along.
No, I don't think so either.
The second Slurp gets within DRS, Slurp is going to pull into
But hey,
Cole. And yeah, Rowdy's just way too loose here through that section.
If they get to battling, then Rowdy has a shot, but other than that,
Oh,
he
for
just
sure,
lost
yeah.
DRS off a Slurp. 1.4 now. Slurp is catching his teammate ever so slowly. But Cole is saving battery. Slurp is not.
Oh, Rowdy almost spun it there. Got on the gas too hard.
Yeah, Rowdy is
He's
pushing
losing.
for all his marbles
Buckets
there and
of
almost
time.
losing it. 1.2 is the gap. Slurp could have DRS now on the front straightaway off of his teammate. He is closing in a hurry now.
If he gains the same amount he gained there next lap, then he'll be within DRS for sure.
Gained a 10th through the right-hander. Not going to be enough this time. 8 to go. It is a McLaren versus McLaren war for the win in China. 300 is caught Boyd, his teammate, for 7th place. 300 on the very fresh soft tires, as we documented a second ago. DeMeo has not made much progress catching Rowdy either. Still 4 seconds that gap.
Boyle is going to
As
concede
there
the
goes
spot.
300 by his teammate Boyd. Joey currently holding on to the last point spot by 8 seconds over Leafy.
He needs to make sure he
I'm gonna-
holds at least a 3-second lead over Leafy if he wants to hold points because
Yeah,
of
that's
his
the time penalty.
existing penalty. So I think he'll be able to
Slurp
hold
now
on.
barely out of DRS range. Can he get it before the straightaway here?
He gained another 3/10 this lap, and now
There he
he's
is, he's
within
in
a
it.
second.
He is under a second.
Cole is definitely saving as there's a caution.
Yellow sector 2. Rowdy's
Rowdy
around.
has
Rowdy's spun.
That is not surprising. He was really loose through that section every time they went through there. It was only a matter of time.
Looseness finally bit him, and DeMeo passes him for 3rd. Slurp now 4 tenths just behind Cole. This has been an incredible lap from him.
That's
He
insane.
is now in striking distance. What a job from Slurp.
He's not going to go for the move here, obviously.
Now
but-
I think he rides
Oh,
behind him.
he
Whoa, he
almost-
almost puts him. Oh my goodness, that was close. He had to take avoiding action there.
think he
That
needs-
was almost race ending.
Yeah, I think he needs to take a breather here. We still got 6-7 laps to go here.
Wow, that was close.
Going for the move now is just a bit too risky, especially on your teammate. If they
He's
make
still in the
contact,
DRS just barely.
that could have been big.
Man, oh man.
He's got to regroup and refocus
Both of
here.
these guys pushing for all it's worth right now. And it almost cost Slurp his front wing.
Yeah,
Rowdy
Cole's
gonna
got
now call it in pits.
50% more ERS as well. So even if Slurp goes for
Right.
it, Slurp's going to drain all his battery, and then Cole's just going to repass him. So I think Slurp just
So
needs
Rowdy
to...
has now pitted
yeah.
for a new front wing. What did Rowdy get front wing damage?
I think when he went into the grass,
That might have
coming
been
back
why
onto
he
the track,
spun.
coming back onto the track, didn't look like it, but he might have clipped the hitbox
And
of
now
Slurp's rear tire.
Banjo and Josh going to pass Rowdy and drop him down to P6. Maybe P8 as
No,
both
he's
the Alfa
dropping
Romeos
a
are going to go by
lot.
him here as
Wow.
well. So Rowdy there from 3rd to 8th through the spin and the pit stop.
Yeah, right now, Rowdy, the highest he can finish here, even if he has a stellar final 6 laps is unfortunately only a P5.
And that moves Josh Brown into the top 5, which is a great run for
Ooh,
him.
Jake on the
As
inside
Jake and
of
Joey
Joey.
are battling for P9 and 10 here. Back on board with Slurp, still pushing, but he needs to save some ERS here to have a run at Cole, because Cole just has so much, he's going to easily get him back.
Joey now needs to
Much
gap
smoother
Jake
into
by
that
3
corner that
seconds.
time. As McKinnon takes the fastest lap. But he is not in the top 10, so that will not be a point for him unless he gets to 10.
Rowdy
That's going to
should
be really
get
hard to do.
fastest lap, I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
Like, if he is able to get by the Alfa Romeos here, which he'll probably nick one here. Oh, he's going to spin one!
Oh!
Spins in
Side
front
by
of
side for the
Rowdy.
lead. Slurp's going for it. He was looking around the outside. Now it might look to the inside here. It is go time for the McLarens. It is a familiar sight. McLaren versus McLaren for the win. Cole and Slurp battling it out once again.
Somehow Rowdy didn't get wing
They
damage
must-
from that heavy contact. He's able to dust off Boyle and refocus on catching his teammate 300.
They have a 7-second lead, making 6.5 over DeMeo now.
Mayo's only hope is that
Castro
these two hit
pitting.
each other.
Yeah.
Castro could be going for fastest lap to steal the point from Rowdy. Assuming Rowdy takes
If I'm
it from
Slurp
McKinnon.
here, I'm trying to save battery. Because Cole just has 75 now.
I mean, he
Slurp
needs
only
to.
has 20.
He needs to
He
save
needs to
battery.
say he's not though. He's pushing a little bit. Activating DRS here as we come to 5 to go. Cole smoking the tires a little bit there. Still watching the ERS. 70 compared to 14.
Yeah, Cole right now is just unfazed by Slurp's advances. Because he's just got so much ERS, he knows he's going to get back by him, even if Slurp tries.
Slurp a lot wider there through turn 1, the sweeping turn 1.
Rowdy should be on a flyer here. He's drained his energy all the way down to 2%.
Ooh, Cole smoking it. Slurp's there. Not quite. Got close, though. Just cannot take my eyes off this battle for the lead. Two McLarens are going at it
Rowdy
here.
goes way wide, but that should secure him fastest. No! Would have thought. He is catching 300, so... Josh,
Slurp was within 2/10 as they go to the straightaway.
don't want to jinx him. Knock on wood. Josh is in a really good spot here, though. But yeah, these two McLarens. Cool.
Slurp is within striking distance here and on the straightaway. Does it make the move now? Is now the time.
He gains
activating overtake for a little
ERS,
bit.
but then he drains it all here.
Yellow's in sector 3. This McKinnon going slowly, moving out of the way of the leaders here.
Smart move.
Slurp not making the move quite yet.
Oh,
He is right there.
They get awfully close to
He
each
just
other
needs to
in
go
that
for it
corner.
one of these times. Cole stretching it to half a second.
Maybe he's waiting
4 to
for
go.
the white flag. Maybe he's waiting, coming to the
That's
white
what I
flag
would do
to make
too.
the
I mean,
move.
Cole
So
has
that
so much more ERS.
if he waits for coming to the white flag, because you don't want to wait till the last lap. You want to put yourself in position. That's the Haas moving
I mean, if
over
I'm
again.
Slurp, Cole has so much more battery than me. If I pass him before the white flag, then he's just going to fly by me on the straightaway.
Well, does Slurp know how low or how high the ERS is? Maybe they could be talking
Probably
to each other,
does.
but you know, if you're Slurp, you're just
I would assume he has a feeling at least. Because, I mean, he caught Cole from way, way back, and Cole's had superior pace this whole race. So,
knowing how quick Slurp is easily able to keep up with Cole. He just needs to stay within the 1 second and then just wait to pounce when he's built up enough ERS, because he gains at least 5 to 10% through the lap, but then he burns it all in that straightaway, just closing back in. So one of these laps, you just
Coming to
needs
3 to
to
go.
not use it.
The biggest question looming is, when does Slurp make the move? I don't think it's going to be this time.
Yeah, he's using he's clicking overtake just a little here and there to keep
Yeah.
up. But even
That's
when
what he's done every lap so far.
even when he's not engaging the ERS, he's still burning like 5%. So just to keep up. So it's all gonna come down to that braking zone right there.
Coming to 3 laps to go, and it's all going to come down to the last lap. Slurp a little bit wide there through that corner. It's going to allow Cole to stretch out the lead a little bit farther. Slurp activating overtake down the front straightaway a little bit there. But Cole has been very technically sound this whole race, has not made one mistake. And it's just down to holding off his teammate for the last few laps here. McLarens have been so strong this whole season so far, but Rowdies have been able to take 2 of the races. Slurp getting the victory in Bahrain a couple of weeks ago. Slurp's a lot closer now than he was last lap.
That's a very good corner.
It's down to under 2 tenths. Does he
it?
make the move here? Is now the time. He did not activate overtake that time, though. It's the one time in the last few laps. There, now he is. He has a big run. Does he make the move? He's going to go for it. It's to the inside. He goes. Slurp finally going to make the move, and he easily clears Cole. He's going to cross it back over Cole. Does he take the lead back? Yes, he does.
It by a lot.
Slurp made the move, but it did not pan out. 2 more laps to go. He has 2 more chances. He didn't lose that much time though.
Just to keep
He's
up,
activating overtake now. Does he make the move into turn 1?
There's no way he goes for it here.
But Slurp down to just 10% battery. Cole 57. It is an all-out war between these 2 McLaren drivers. They all both want this win so bad. Slurp, the defending champion, looking for his 2nd win of the season. Cole looking for his first win in a while.
No, he's not. Excuse me. He hit the ERS
to the
button.
outside, he's looking. He's trying to cross him over, get a run here. He has a big run. Does Slurp go anywhere with this? To the outside he goes. Not quite there. Through this very fast left-hander. Slurp looking for a way around him. Barely misses the rear wing. It is just so close. Oh my goodness. What a battle between these 2 McLaren drivers.
Cole's
this has been fun to watch the whole day. Cole's loose.
Hands.
They're catching the lap car of Castron here. Slurp, does he go for it again?
Very good exit for Slurp there.
Cole activating overtake.
This is where you want to
Slurp
make
doing
the
it
move.
as well.
Get yourself the lead coming into the final lap.
DRS activated. Slurp
Cole's
does not
nervous.
have a big run of it yet. Here he goes. Where's he going to go? To the inside. He makes the move late. Cole gonna. Oh, he
he's gonna
bumped him. He
nudge him.
bumped him. To the inside he goes. Slurp is there.
Not
Cole
enough.
once again gets the run around the outside and holds him off. To the white flag we go. Who's going to take it? Slurp activating ERS again, and he's right there on Cole. Does he make the move into turn 1? Is he going to go for it? They're going to ghost through Castron here. Into turn 1 we go for the final time. Slurp, he's there. He makes the move into turn 1. There's contact between the McLarens. Oh my goodness. Cole has the inside. Slurp going to try to heading around the outside. There's contact again. Cole going to give him no room to work with here. Slurp has the inside for this corner, though. He had a great exit. It is a war now between the McLaren drivers. Side by side, Slurp over breaks it. Cole going to look for the crossover again. Is he going to be able to clear him? No. Slurp has the inside once again. Coming to this corner, the very fast left-hander. Slurp a little bit loose on the curb. He's able to keep it going. Cole now to the inside for this corner. This is such an incredible battle for the win.
Oh.
Contact again. Slurp clears him. Cole going to look for a crossover. Not quite there, though. Now it all comes down straight away. Slurp is so slow.
Oh,
Why is he slowing down so much?
He's lifting
Oh
because
my
he
goodness,
doesn't want to get past
he's not
the
letting Cole
final
have the
corner.
lead.
Slurp
Oh my
is
goodness,
driving
wow.
extremely defensively.
Contact again. Cole is just following him here. He tried to make Cole go by to get the DRS. And now he pulls away. Could that have been the winning move there for Slurp? Did it work out in his favor? Cole can activate all the ERS he has left here.
There's
and
no way he holds him off.
Humongous run down the straightaway. Cole gonna look to the outside. Slurp blocks him in the grass, but Cole is gonna go by.
Cole is just flying.
And that might be it. Does Slurp have anything left? He's gonna dive in there a little bit. Oh, he almost spun him! Cole able to keep it going straight. Slurp keeps going straight. But what a battle! And Cole, yes, the gamer, is going to win the war between McLarens and get his first win of the season in an incredible battle from China. That was awesome. What a battle. Insane. Wow.
You don't see that often in Formula One, do you?
Edge of your seat racing for 10 straight laps between those two McLarens.
Mayo
that
seals
was awesome.
The deal on the final podium spot. Banjo recovers from a not so smart pit strategy with a P4. And it looks like Josh is going to lose P5 on the last lap to Rowdy, unless, can he send it here? Probably not. Rowdy drives defensively here, so yeah. To the line, Banjo's going to get 4th, Rowdy's going to get 5th, and Josh with a stellar P6 ahead of both Alfa Romeos. Getting dicey coming to the line. A 3-second penalty for 300, which is going to not really matter, I don't think.
What a race.
Well, it's going to get to the line, P8. Joey's going to get to the line, P9. And the final point in this Chinese Grand Prix is going to go to Gaming Jake with a really nice drive. Very solid. A lot of cars stacked up on that front stretch. I believe you're going to steal 11th here at the line.
So, Slurp just said that Castron's AI actually gave Cole DRS coming to 2 to go there. Coming to the white, excuse me.
Yeah, I saw that. Josh Brown was driver of the day. Definitely deserves it.
After an incredible battle between the two McLaren drivers.
I'd say the only other guy that deserves driver of the day would be Slurp, because the way he was racing there at the end, he waited till he couldn't wait no more, and it all came down to who saved more ERS, and man, that run by Cole to the line, I mean, that was crazy. It looked like he was on rocket fuel or something.
Wow.
Maybe I should commentate more often. Seems like the races are more exciting when I don't show up.
One last look at your finishing results. Cole holds off his teammate Slurp after an incredible battle that saw contact in the second to last corner. DeMeo comes home for the podium at P3. Rowdy were able to recover to P5. Banjo ran strong all day, finishes 4th. Josh 300, Boyle, Joey, Jake round out your point scorers, leaving McKinnon, Castron, and Nick miss out. And wow, I don't know what to say. That was one of the best battles I've seen in league history.
Everyone talks about this track and all the DRS zones, and in my opinion, it produces some of the best racing on this game. We definitely got that today. Now, Rowdy came into this race with 61 points ahead of Cole with his 50 points. Cole's going to take the lead in the championship after this race. Slurp is going to jump DeMeo for his position. I don't know if Slurp's not going to jump Rowdy. So the top 4 are going to swap. Cole to 1st from 2nd, Slurp to 3rd from 4th. I mean, that's about as good as you can get if you are a McLaren driver today. That was perfect.
Yeah, so I actually have our winner in the party. Cole, if you could include your audio, please, for a second. Included. So, what a battle between you and your teammate. Can you take us through those last 7 laps or so, just the mindset of what you had going on?
Well, actually, I'll take it to when I pitted. The original strategy was to go to sauce, but the mediums felt like really bad. And they were already at like 50% by like lap 11, and they wanted us to do 11 laps on the softs. So there was no chance that was going to happen. So I saw Rowdy pit. Rowdy actually pit the lap I was probably going to pit. So once Rowdy pit, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm definitely pitting. To go to the hards. And then you know, me and Slurp drove away basically. Rowdy, I think he got. I don't even know. He got wing damage because he spun. Right.
He spun.
Yeah. So then me and Slurp just drove away from DeMeo, and it was basically just us. For the last, I guess, 7, 8 laps. No, I mean, I had the less downforce setup. I was on a 3, he was on a 2, so he was way faster than me the entirety of the middle sector. It was really hard, first and middle sector. It was really hard to hold him off. But I mean, the last lap, we both knew. Okay, actually, my thought process was right. So I let him by like turn 3, and I saw that he had no ERS as his light was flashing. So I was like, all right, there's no chance I lose on the backstretch if I have the ERS. So I made sure I had the ERS because I knew he was gonna let off, and you know, passed him through the grass and won. And that's really it. It's a long explanation, but
Oh man, we were on our edge of our seats the whole last 10 laps or so. So Slurp said Castron's AI gave you DRS. How did
right.
that affect the
So
battle?
I knew what Silver was gonna try to do, right? I knew he knew he was much faster in the first and second sectors, so he was gonna try and pass me going into 1. And Cashton's AI gave me DRS, and I used that to my advantage and just drove off to the sunset. At least into
Wow.
turn 1.
It looks like we're being
Um,
joined by the entire league.
Sean, you got any questions for Cole before we
By
end
the
the
rest
stream?
of the field.
So I do have actually 2 questions for the race winner Cole. The first one is, did Slurp know how much ERS you had? Because it was evident Slurp was using up all his ERS just to keep up with you.
I don't know if he knew. He probably didn't know exactly how much I had, but he knew I had more than 10% because if you have under 10%, the light flashes on
So
the
you
back of
two
your
didn't
car.
communicate how much ERS you both had. You only
No,
realized you had
I
none
didn't know.
when he passed you?
Yeah, on the last lap.
Ah, okay. Because I was going to say, we had no idea if you guys communicated that or if you two were just letting it play out, not knowing.
Yeah, no,
And,
it was completely uncoordinated, I guess you could say.
the other question is, did Rowdy get the wing damage from spinning, or was it the initial contact with Slurp?
From
Oh,
spinning.
okay.
Yeah.
Because when he got passed by
All right,
Slurp,
well,
it just seemed that he was off that whole time. The car was way too loose, like he was spinning off every corner.
that's going to do it from China after a thriller of a race, especially between the 2 McLaren teammates. Cole, thanks for talking to us. Sean, thanks for joining me in the booth.
Of course.
Next week we go to Monaco, which is sure to be an interesting one. Not sure how that's going to go. We'll find out next Tuesday. Thanks, you guys, for watching. I'll see you guys next week from Monaco.